mission of Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. This is sort of the most unique mission, I would say, which is maybe to its detriment. It's an on-rail shooter, Intel Operative Rescue. So we are coming in to rescue a person.
Extraction from a member of the Intel team who is working undercover at the prison. As you know, it's an enemy base. There's no time for the silent approach. Assault the base, secure the target, and get out of there. The target is our agent from the Intel team. To say he's a critical VIP would be a massive understatement. Bring him home, boss.
I personally think that this mission is actually probably the weakest of the missions that they allow you to play. Which is not to say that it's a bad mission, but it certainly suffers from a few issues. It's a little too unforgiving to the player, in my opinion. You need to take out some very critical targets very quickly sometimes, and that is not really given to you. And at the same time, they have very sparse checkpoints, so you end up having a lot of time where you're being set back maybe 2 or 3 minutes from where you were originally and have to make the same shots over and over again. But we will spend the entirety of this mission on the gunship here, making our shots as best we can, which I'm going to mess up. I'm sort of doing this as a non-lethal, not intentionally, but because it's actually, I'll probably do it in just being lethal, I gotta be honest. It's just easier for me to do it on this movement in. The pistol here is a lot more forgiving than the grenade launcher that we otherwise have, which I will now use to hopefully hit that guy. Nope.
Take out those hostiles.
That one. Get him. Alright. So there's our agent. We gotta rescue him. So what I might end up doing is switching between the two, just to pick which of the weapons is easier at any time. Here, obviously it's going to be the grenade launcher because I don't have to make a precision shot on the drivers. Let's just go ahead and fire a few rounds off into the distance. So our Intel operative is back on the Jeep and headed out. He's very happy to be here. Oh, no. This is why you don't use a grenade launcher. Okay, so we're gonna have to restart. Luckily we're not too far from a checkpoint there, but again, this might just be me. I find it's sort of a weakness of this map that things happen that fail you out very quickly, which other missions do not. Other missions can be better about allowing you to play as you will, and you can make mistakes and it's okay. Here, if you make a mistake, it's entirely possible that you're going to get thrown back a good couple legs or routes of the level. And obviously it's not the worst thing. A game that asks something of you is not unacceptable. Alright, got that one. The explosive barrels obviously help a lot during this mission. But there's also a lot of focus on being able to find where the targets are going to be. There's one. So that truck would have run our target down, our operative. That would have been an issue, so I'm glad that it didn't happen. Another problem with these on-rail segments, obviously there's a lot of tension building as a result of the sort of sparse checkpoints and the fact that you're not really dodging anything or attempting to remain hidden means that you get to do the sort of enjoyable gameplay, gunplay, making sure you're taking out key targets in very time-sensitive scenario. Oh, okay. Once again, we are going to be set back a bit. I'm worried that we're going to be set all the way back to the sort of the beach near the prison camp. We'll find out. Yep, here we are. So, fun. You're gone. You're gone. Now, of course, I don't like this because I'm having to start over and I look like an idiot, but at the same time, there are plenty of people who will believe that this means that you actually have to be really careful when you choose to use the grenade launcher, and that it actually has a sort of cost risk-reward scenario, which that's perfectly fine. You can feel that way. I don't think you're wrong necessarily. I personally prefer games to have a more forgiving view on this thing, but I've played games that had worse design on it, so a lot of the environment is actually destructible, which I think is cool. Got that guy. Alright, so we're gonna have this truck again. This is my big concern, because I'm not especially good at catching this guy. There we go. He's my big worry. So, I'm going to switch over to the stun pistol here. This is what you have to use if you're going for rank on this map, because you have to not kill people. But, as before, I'm not especially worried about keeping my rank high. I've already finished this with an S rank. Instead, I'm worried about managing to have 5 shots to miss with, rather than just the one. Being able to switch between the two helps a lot, if you ask me.
Take out that anti-air emplacement now.
So to my knowledge, that thing actually can't shoot you down, but I could be wrong. When I did my S rank playthrough, it had no effect. But that's entirely conjecture, so I suppose we'll find out some other time, right? Maybe. Now our intel operative is about to make a very capable crash landing. I don't know where that rocket came from on his side of things, but it's okay. He lived. He's a trooper. We're gonna get him out of here. We make sure our guys get home. We're the good guys. Also, we're still killing Marines, I think, so maybe we're not the good guys. I'm not sure. I think that got the guy on the other side. I hope that got the guy on the other side, otherwise he's probably tougher than I am.
Look through your scope to target enemies from a distance.
The explosive barrels help a lot on targeting the distant guys. I find the scope tends to be sort of unreliable. But now we'll be switching from the on-rails portion of the game to the more traditional gameplay. You still start out detected, so it's Obviously not the espionage, sneaking stuff, but the action of it is a lot more too standard. Let's see, there's a guy out here somewhere. Oh wait, no, I know where it is. Okay, so we're supposed to come get this intel operative, but the second I get over here, bad things happen. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but there is a gate opening, and those lights in the distance, that is a armored vehicle. That's a problem. We don't want that. So I'm going to be trying to... Please don't shoot me. Oh, it's shooting at me. Hopefully that caught him somewhat.
Target secured. Now get in the chopper.
Alright, it's down. Alright, let's go back to the AAS rifle here. Let's pick up our guy here. He's been a trooper. Getting our guys out. So we're gonna head back to the chopper here, throw them on, and then this actually has a lot of the other versions of the map. You will have a small sequence where you're on board the helicopter. This one is a lot more intensive.
Take out any pursuers. It's all up to you, boss.
You have to make sure that your helicopter doesn't get shot down while you're evacuating from the area.
Contact, 10 o'clock. Is that?
We have another helicopter. So
Coming. Make him regret
we're
it,
going
boss.
to hit this and aim. And there goes a guy off there. And that is a very resilient helicopter. Can't fire into the rotary blades. Ah, gotcha. Love to, baby. Groovy.
Boss. Real smooth.
So I think that was, what, 3 retries? That's okay. I've had far worse. This map is pretty punishing about the retries, but we are on the way out. We have our dude, and we are free. Let's go. Okay, we made it out. We can get on with the scenes. Alright, here we go. So, we still have this rocket launcher. I think that's neat. That it's kind of rendered in with you. And then there's this pretty, long post-mission cutscene. This is, I believe, the longest cutscene after the mission's over, aside from the actual Ground Zeroes mission. And, well, that's Hideo Kojima. I'm glad he's here. I'm hoping that's Hideo Kojima, otherwise I'd feel really ignorant, but he gets to put on his really cool sunglasses that are actually glasses.
What took you so long?
And a bit of a nod to the sort of meta nature of the games, which is cool. So I got 36 kills and 2 retries, but I still ended up with a rank of A. That's fun. If you're playing for rank, you have to use only non-lethal, except for the tank, and then even the tank you have to be careful not to blow it up too close to the guys you've knocked out, which I consider kind of a concern. But we're done, so we get to do the run into the main screen, and I think this is pretty neat. Normally I wouldn't drag this on this long. I apologize. Now you have to see how slow my computer is loading through all these things, but when you go to mission select right now, Hideo's right there, and he'll kind of wander back and forth and then decide, what are you gonna do with Hideo? There we are. So he kind of scrolls through the missions, which I think is a neat little touch, but make of it what you will. Fun game still, very enjoyable mission, even if I think it's one of the weaker ones. And thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope that you didn't have to watch me restart too many times. In the meantime, hopefully I'll see you again soon. So, you have a good evening.